Okay, I have another amazing original effect to share with you today. And as you can see, I have 9 cards on the table of various value, suits, and colors. Okay, so let's go ahead and gather these up. Now, this card effect has to do with coincidences. And whether coincidences, are they always coincidences? Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to mix the cards since we all just saw them, using a very powerful shuffle in card magic. It's called the Mange over-under. And I'll go ahead and show it to you so you know what you're choosing here. So you push the top card into your other hand, and the next one goes over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, just like that. Now we can perform this shuffle as many times as you would like so that you decide the final ordering of the cards. So are you content with the mixing as is, or would you like me to perform that any additional times? Just 2 more times? Okay, that's fine. So over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. That's 1 more. And then we'll do it a second time. Okay, so are you happy, or do you want me to do any additional ones? Just 1 more? Okay. Now just know that we can perform as many of these as you like. We can do this all day long until you're tired and you say, okay, that's enough mixing. So are you happy there if we stop with the mixing? You are. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'll just deal out the cards into 2 piles. Now we're going to have a lone survivor. Now, what does that mean? I have 2 piles of 4 and we have this 1 left over. So I'm going to set that card aside right here. Now I need you to tell me how to randomly stack these 2 piles. It is a free choice. Right on left? Okay. Now we want to mix these further as well. So what I'm going to do is just deal them out into 2 piles as many times as you would like, with random stacking decided by you, the spectator. How do you want these stacked? Left on right? Okay, so I'll keep doing this. In fact, I could even just hand you the cards and say, deal into 2 piles with random stacking until you're content, and I could even turn around and have you do that, unknown to me how many times you did it. I could even cover my ears if you'd like. Okay, you want right on left? Any more times? Just 1 more? Okay, that's fine. We could do more if you'd like. What about the stacking now? Left on right. Okay, very good. And finally, what we're going to do is give you a whole series of choices here. I'm just dealing out the cards into 2 rows, 4 columns here. So what we'll have you do is make a choice between 3 very different choices. So right now I could take the end cards and switch them, meaning these 2 cards go up here and these 2 cards come down here. Or we could switch the diagonal cards like this, your choice, that's another option. Or we can switch the middle 2 of each row. So what would you like? Switch the outer 2, the diagonal cards, or the inner 2? You want to switch the inner 2? Okay, that's fine. So what I would do is go like those go up, these come down. Just like that, okay? So I'd have you just gather these together, each one, and that creates 2 piles of 4 cards each, okay? Now these cards are very much a direct consequence of the random choices that you made, okay? So let's just take a look at what's in each 4 card piles as well as the single one. We can go ahead and take a look at the single one. Okay, it's a 5, that's interesting. Okay, what about here? What have we found in these 2 sets of 4? What's in? Wait a second. Okay, I would say that is an amazing coincidence. How did you just happen to make a certain series of choices that would divide the cards into opposite colored cards with the lone person out by himself over here, the 5 of diamonds? I would certainly call that a coincidence, wouldn't you? Oh, wait a second. I think I've noticed something else. I don't know how mathematically savvy you are, but these card values have a very interesting relationship, especially if it happened by chance alone. These are all Fibonacci values. 1, 3, 8, and 13 are 4 of the classic, famous Fibonacci values. And wait a second. All of these are not Fibonacci values. None of them are. A couple of 4s, a 6, and a jack. Boy, that is a coincidence. Oh wait, I'm seeing another coincidence. The card values here add to 25. Why is that a coincidence? Because I summed these over here first and they add to 25 as well. How could these two sets have card values that add to the same number? What a coincidence. I don't know if you see any further coincidences hiding here, but now this is kind of getting spooky here, but the fact is we have two piles here, each of which add to 25, and if you take that number 2, raise 5 to that power, you get 25. 5 squared is equal to the sum of both of the packet sums of these identically colored cards. Now, of course, all of that had been predicted ahead of time. Now that would be truly amazing. What's that? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep. You've just pointed out something obvious here that I should have brought your attention to. We actually do have a written prediction here that was written before all of the mixing, all of the decisions made by you that decided the final state of the cards that we're looking at right now. Oh, okay. First part of the prediction. The two piles of 4 cards will consist of either red and black. That's true. Oh, one pile will consist of Fibonacci values and the other of non-Fibonacci values. Oh, each set of card values will add to 25, which will be equal to the square of what? The value of the randomly set aside card, which came out to be a 5, whose square is indeed 25. That is unbelievable. Okay, well, how does this work? Well, very quickly, these very cards, you can mix them with the red, the black, so forth. You can put the red on top of the black if you like. Leave the 5 out for a second. This is just a quick setup. So I have 4 red, 4 black. Just do a little Klondike a pair to the table. Draw off the top card. Klondike a pair to the table. Drop the remaining 3 on top. This is a Bessey sequence of order 8. It makes everything work here. And then set this card at the bottom. And from there, everything's going to work beautifully because the mange over under preserves the Bessey sequence at the top. The cards are moving around except for the bottom card. So the Bessey sequence structure is still there. This card at the bottom is still at the bottom. You can do as many mange over unders as you like. Of course, dealing that into 2 piles of 4 leaves a lone survivor, which of course is going to be our special 5. You can randomly stack these. Because it is a Bessey sequence structure, you can deal it out in hundreds of different ways with random stacking and it won't hurt it. In particular, you can deal it out into 2 piles as many times as you like with random stacking and it will still be a Bessey sequence. And let me just lay it out this time. We set them face down initially, right, in the performance, but you can now see what's going to happen, right? Because if we switch these two, which was one of the options, we'll have all black, all red. If we switch the middle 2 cards, we'll have all red, all black. If we switch the diagonals, like this, we'll have all black, all red. So the 3 choices I gave you were genuine choices. All of them lead to the same outcome, that you're going to have a pile of 4 red and 4 black with the characteristics that we predicted ahead of time. Okay, wow. Well, you're all powerful now. You should be able to do this right away, and this will work perfectly for you. And I'll add a link in the description below to Bessey sequences and other applications if you'd like to learn about these amazing mathematical card magic structures. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.